Northern Lights Public Radio? Of course, in your car. Online through our websites at kchw.org or northernlightspublicradio.com. We're on your smartphone, too. Use the Radio Deck or TuneIn app. And now we're even on Amazon. If you've got the new Amazon Echo with the Alexa app, just say, "Alexa, play KCHW," and boom, you're there. We're mixing it up. Old school radio or new modern technology. It's always KCHW 102.7.
It's 7:31.
Programming made possible by donations from the following.
New Health. If you're ready to make a real difference in the lives of others, then you're invited to dive into a rewarding career at New Health. They're searching for passionate individuals to join their diverse healthcare team. New Health offers medical, dental, behavioral health, and pharmacy services to meet the needs of our communities. They're searching for passionate individuals to join their diverse healthcare team. You can be a part of a supportive and collaborative team who share a passion for making a positive impact. More information on open positions and applications can be found at newhealth.org/careers. New Health, bringing healthcare into communities and communities into healthcare since 1978.
KCHW thanks New Health for supporting public radio in Stevens County.
And by Fired Up Pizza. Fired Up Pizza, located at 206 East Main Avenue in downtown Chewelah, offers craft beverages and brick oven fired pizza, including a variety of sandwiches, salads, pasta, and homemade soups. Featuring weekly events such as bingo, karaoke, and live music. Fired Up Pizza also has space for your private event and offers both in-house and off-site catering services. Open daily at 11:30 a.m. for lunch and dinner. For more information, visit their Facebook page or contact Fired Up Pizza at 509-936-9121. Fired Up Pizza is a proud supporter of public radio in Stevens County.
Your KCHW morning show made possible by a donation from God-Fearing Brothers Auto Center. God-Fearing Brothers specializes in auto services, including repair, maintenance, and detailing. They also stock a full selection of tires, make glass repairs, offer towing, and have an auto sales lot on the corner of Highway 395 and Main Street at the light. For more information, you can visit the Auto Service Center at 806 East Main in Chewelah. Find them online at godfearingbrothers.com or by phone at 509-935-6414. KCHW-FM thanks God-Fearing Brothers for supporting public radio in Stevens County.
And by Chewelah Flooring.
Chewelah Flooring at 214 East Clay in the 3rd Street Mall offers a wide variety of products including carpet, ceramic and porcelain tile, vinyl and laminate planks, and vinyl sheet flooring. Chewelah Flooring carries products for both commercial businesses and residential homes, including brands like National Flooring, Dell Tile, Mannington, and Mohawk. They also offer blind repair. For more information, you can visit online at ChewelahFlooring.com, call 509-935-8021, or via email at ChewelahFlooring@gmail.com.
This is KCHW 102.7.
102.7 FM, KCHW, Chewelah.
On our local event calendar, the food bank is going to be open from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m., then line dancing at the Senior Center from 2:30 p.m. to 4:30. Moving on to Friday, the Chewelah Chamber of Commerce meeting is at 7 a.m. at the casino, then pickleball back again at the old middle school gym from 9 a.m. to 11:30. Saturday marks 20 years of Sporty's Bar and Grill in Chewelah. March 16th is our 20th anniversary. The music starts at 5 p.m. with discounts, food, and giveaways. Then Sunday at 4 p.m. you can join our very own Doug McQueen and family.
Hello? Hello? I don't even know what that was.
I don't know that word either. Fighting, I'm dancing.
Good morning. It's your Friday KCHW morning show. We are here with Scott Allen, myself, Chuck Ritchie, and apparently a little snippet of yesterday's daily announcements before the show.
I caught that.
That was weird.
Was it my fault or your fault?
I think it was mine. That was supposed to have been the news. Supposed to be the news.
Okay.
I must have accidentally recorded the wrong snippet. Or saved it.
At least it wasn't something that you wouldn't want to play.
Right? Nah.
All right.
None of that stuff ever gets said in here that wouldn't want to go out over the air, Scott.
ever.
We started off on the wrong foot.
We always
We suck again.
We're used to it.
do. On the wrong foot and 15 minutes late.
All right.
Yeah.
And that is my fault?
That was intentional today.
Okay,
Because we
that's right.
planned
Are you
this.
sure?
We planned to start late today.
All right, I was going to do the argument thing.
But you're stupid.
No, you're stupid.
Call me stupid. I'm
Where's the
sensitive.
car keys?
I'm not stupid. You're stupid.
No, you're stupid.
But you're stupid.
No, you're stupid.
Stupid.
I am stupid.
man.
I'm sorry. I can't help it.
Happy Friday.
Yeah.
It is my fault for the late start. I had an opportunity through my daughter last night to go to the planetarium in Bangor, Maine, and have dinner. And then we got a presentation on the solar eclipse. And then we got to watch a movie called Totality in the planetarium. It was all very, very cool. But there was one point, in a planetarium, you have those seats that flip back all the way so you're laying on your back. I did doze off. The announcer she had a very soothing voice, and I did doze off. But it was an awesome presentation, and I'm even more excited that the town I live in, Lincoln, is in the path of totality for the solar eclipse. And I learned some stuff. Like most of the time, what we see is actually a partial solar eclipse. That it's very rare. It's kind of looks like, if you look on the map, it looks like a superhighway, and it's coming out of the Pacific, going across Mexico, and kitty corner from Mexico up through Maine and I believe Nova Scotia as well. And the local planetarium actually works with NASA, and every time there's an actual total eclipse, they send them out across the world to try and hope they have clear skies. Oh, I heard music somewhere. Is that you?
No.
Oh, that was weird. I heard music in the background.
That was weird.
And trying to get, now I lost my train of thought. So they want to get pictures of the sun's corona, because it is I learned that the sun has an atmosphere. It's plasma based, but that they cannot actually see that unless there's a total eclipse. So they send out teams of people from planetariums across the planet to try and capture pictures of the sun's corona for NASA, which is very, very cool.
Wow.
Yeah.
So like even the sun likes a cold one now and then, right?
Yes. Very narrow path, and you have to be in the middle of that, what I'll call a super highway, because it's kind of what it looks like on a map. And I'm on the edge of it, so it'll take an hour to get there, and this is happening, I believe, I'm going to say on the 8th or 10th. I can't remember now. It's getting close, though.
Wow.
They will, where I'm at, I'm right on the edge of that super highway, so we'll get to see as long as the skies are clear, we'll get to see the total eclipse, but we will... people that are right in the middle of the superhighway get 4 minutes of it. We'll only have a minute of total eclipse. Takes an hour to get there, a little over an hour to leave. But very, very cool, and crossing the fingers for clear skies. We did a story yesterday talking about how zoos all over the country are going to be monitoring animals for what they did. And they said in the past, giraffes usually don't run unless they're being chased, and that they start galloping, that gorillas get ready for bed, giant tortoises start to mate. There's all sorts of things that happens in the animal kingdom during this too. So a lot of scientists are going to go crazy over this.
I love that the grills are just like, peace, I'm out. Going to bed.
Yay, it's bedtime.
I think one of the strangest effects of an eclipse is how instantly cold it gets. Just cold, just like a switch. It'll be the warmest day. I think last time when we had in 2017, it was, I think in the 80s, maybe even low 90s, and man, it got like winter cold in a matter of a few seconds. And it was.
Have you ever been to a concert at the Gorge in George?
I haven't. I've driven by it and I've seen it, but never.
So one of the coolest effects is when the sun drops down behind the horizon. It's kind of the same thing. It drops like 10 degrees immediately. And I was watching Styx years ago at the Gorge, and Dennis DeYoung is singing one of their more ballad type songs. And as I don't know how he timed this. It couldn't have been on purpose because it would be impossible. As he's carrying out the last note, and he's really carrying it out long,
the sun sets behind the stage and the cliffs. And as
Wow.
he hits that last note, the temperature drops like 10 degrees all at once. I mean, it was you couldn't have done it. You know, it was absolutely perfect and amazing. And it gave you the chills.
That's incredible.
It is.
That's like that reminds me of the Super Bowl video with Prince when he hits that guitar and all of a sudden the rain just goes whoo and just starts pouring for the Purple Rain song. Yeah, you can't plan that stuff.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, that's incredible.
No rain in your forecast, Chuck. Mainly
Nothing.
sunny today with a high of 60 and a low of 36. Warming it up from there. 66 on Saturday, 38 for an overnight low. Sunday, 68 and 41. And Monday, 67 and 42. Tuesday, 67 and 42 again. That heat wave and sunshine lasting all the way through the period. No rain in the forecast. But then things will slowly start to change. You're back down into the 50s and 40s after that. But you have a really nice, let's get a jump on spring weekend coming up. So enjoy. I'm jealous.
Yeah. But then if you look way ahead to the 26th, snow showers in the forecast. So
Shh, don't ruin the mood.
It's still going to be in the 50s, though. How is it going to snow in the 50s?
I don't know.
Yeah, it's not going to stick around.
Early morning.
Yeah.
All right. It's March 15th. That's today. Kids eating bagels, yummy yogurts, fresh fruit, fruit juice, milk choice for breakfast. Hope this isn't too late for you since we're late. And then chicken and a bun, French fries, fresh veggies, fresh fruit pudding, and a milk choice then again for their lunch. Chuck, before we get into a few news headlines and the funny stuff, I got a bunch of Irish jokes today.
Ooh.
We're going to offend the Irish people. Wake up, Brandon Hanson. Taking a look at the community calendar, you kind of touched it there. I think today they got pickleball, 9 to 11:30. Sporty's anniversary, that'll be a big day on Saturday. And yesterday, you said, and I went with it, but I'm like, no, it's always the 17th. You said St. Patrick's Day was today. It is, in fact, Sunday.
Why? My brain lately, I've done a couple of these last few days where my brain is just like switched in a different direction or something.
And that's different from...
It's daylight savings time. That's what I'm blaming it on, Scott. It's got my brain all messed up. You know, next week I'll be fine.
Okay.
And there's an eclipse. There's an eclipse coming. You know, the giraffes are running. The gorillas are going to bed early. It's pandemonium.
Dogs and cats sleeping together. Mass hysteria.
Exactly.
All right. Then a Blues and Brews jam at 4 o'clock in the afternoon at Fired Up Pizza with our own Doug McQueen out there playing some great music. Looking ahead, I see next weekend the Home and Garden Show. And Chuck, you said something about being there?
Yeah, we're going to be there with the Chihuahua High School cheerleaders and the Easter Bunny.
Oh.
Yeah. So we're going to put something together and do a, I don't know what we're going to do with cheerleaders, but we're going to do something cool. Or we might just interview them on the radio.
Time is ticking down as we head toward May 4th, and may the 4th be with you. It's Chihuahua's Got Talent 6, and I imagine, Chuck, this is going to be an excellent location for you next weekend to have packets ready for people to sign up.
Exactly. I printed a bunch out yesterday. I got them. They're good. We're good to go. So posters are going up around town, and we're getting ready.
Yeah, tryouts coming the last couple weeks of April. You better be ready. Think about what you're going to do. You could do magic. You can do magic. Or you could sing a song.
Yep.
Or you could. We had one kid one year. He didn't make it into the show. And I opted, even though he didn't make it, to let him at least while I was on stage hosting, do it behind me. He tried out just jumping on a pogo stick.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know, I would, if there's any comedians out there, I would love to see some stand-up comedy.
Stand up. Good.
Yeah, stand-up comedy. If you're a contortionist, whatever.
Speed painting.
Yeah, speed painting would be amazing.
In 3 to 5 minutes. Yeah.
Yep.
Cool. Rumor has it Bradley's Taekwondo will be helping with the theme again with a big lightsaber fight. Yes,
they've been
so cool last time. They did like a Star Wars story on stage, you know, during our intermission. It was absolutely amazing. Who knows what they'll come up with this time?
They've been warming up their lightsabers. They might actually enter as competitors, though.
They have done that before too.
Yeah,
and amazing. She does such a great job with the kids. So thank you guys for being participating again, Bradley's Taekwondo.
Yeah.
There you go. All right. And, this isn't just for the kids. We've had plenty of adults perform and win. I think our youngest winner years ago, Shannon McNeil, 14. He had just come off a win as Washington State fiddle champ and then stole the show at Chihuahua's Got Talent doing the Orange Blossom special.
Incredible.
Yeah. We've had several fiddlers. And then he came back with another previous winner, and they did a Pirates of the Caribbean skit with fiddle versus the electric violin, and one of their brothers on piano. And at the very end of it, so it was the Pirates of the Caribbean theme. At the very end of it, they stage jump and land on the floor at the Chihuahua Peak Learning Center with their bows crossed like swords. It was so cool. And when they did it, I was off stage when they did it. The entire crowd came up out of their seats all at once screaming. And I looked over. I can't remember who was standing beside me. I looked at him. I said, I think they just won.
Yeah.
I think they just won.
Wow, that's incredible. Maybe they're listening and want to enter again.
Yeah.
They might be a little older now.
That's not a problem. So open to everyone.
Exactly.
All right. A few news headlines this morning. Chuck, a lot of problems with the loss of bees and food around the world. What would be a weird thing you think we could start eating besides grubs?
Well, I know I've had like chocolate covered grasshoppers before. There's the usual bugs, kelp, a lot of sea vegetation there that technically are edible. I don't know if I'd want to eat them. A lot of interesting sea creatures as well, things stuck to rocks and that kind of stuff. I mean, if we had to switch to seafood, that might not be terrible.
That's something, some food you might want to see. Scientists learning more about what sources of meat could serve as a more sustainable alternatives to beef, pork, and chicken. Their answer: python meat. Python meat could offer, and can I get an entire python steak, please?
Wow. That's
go ahead.
That's just interesting. I'm thinking, like how you do the salmon steaks that are like sliced, maybe. Never tried it.
Said it could offer a form of meat much less carbon intensive than the current options, according to researchers who studied farms in Southeast Asia for two species of pythons, reticulated and Burmese, for 12 months. Farmed python meat may offer a more sustainable alternative to other farmed meat because they can reproduce rapidly, even when food is not abundantly available. Pythons have an extreme biology and evolutionary slant toward extreme resource and energy efficiency. People for Wildlife and co-author of the paper, Paul Ost, since pythons are an ambush predator that chews prey up to 100% their own weight, they can survive for prolonged periods of time between meals as well. These animals are extremely good at converters of food, and particularly protein. So you'd have some high protein meat there too. And I'm not ready for it, but I do have a picture of a python farm with pythons all over the floor. It's kind of disgusting.
Well, try anything once.
That's right. Just remember it goes like this. Python, it's what's for dinner.
But they do have to eat like the rabbits and the mice and stuff. So if we're that desperate for protein source, why couldn't we just eat the rabbits and the mice? I guess they're better at converting it into food.
Yeah, and small people too. Don't forget about us small people.
Yeah, true. Yep.
They could eat us, yeah.
Yep.
Python, it's what's for dinner, or is it you?
Hopefully we'll have to deal with this later and not have to worry about it right now.
Scott died while trying to cook a live python.
Wow.
Okay. That's all the python jokes I can come up with right now, but I'll check back with that later.
Right? That's
all right.
I wonder what that would taste like. I wonder if it would be similar to alligator, maybe. A little fishy, a little chickeny combined, sort of somewhere in between. I
imagine it's what they ate last. Maybe not. All right. So there was and I'm not going to get into the story, but it's something to think about for parents. Do you have your gun safe? Jurors have found a teen school shooter's father and mother guilty of manslaughter.
Wow.
Yeah. So, and what's really sad about this particular story is the parents were called to school before it happened, and they left him at school.
Wow.
Yeah. So a
Wow.
little more to it than that, but keep your guns safe and your children safer. How's that?
I'm guessing there's probably a good portion of people out there that don't have them locked up.
I would say,
or at least those,
right.
The trigger locks. There's ways around it. There's the little, the boxes that you have to use that you can put your hand on, do the fingerprint, and get in there still pretty fast. In an emergency. There's ways. There's ways.
All right. So I talked about Aaron Rodgers, the football quarterback, possibly running for vice president yesterday with that, what's his name? Kennedy Jr., Robert Kennedy Jr.
Yeah.
And he's got him, and he's also penning one of the former wrestlers, the one that was the mayor or the governor of Minnesota.
Jesse Ventura.
Jesse Ventura.
Jesse the Body.
So yesterday was Aaron Rodgers. Reporters came out and said, this is a dude that was saying the Sandy Hook tragedy never happened. Mm-hmm. And Aaron quickly came out and said, that's not true. That's not true. That's not true. But then reporters came back out and said, oh, it's far worse than that. He said 9/11, wasn't true. And all sorts. I mean, every conspiracy theory you've heard about the last 10 years, this guy's been on top of. Scary. Much like Alex Jones. So his defense of himself went flat on his face.
Wow.
All right.
Well, let him run. Maybe it might make things interesting.
Something upset me this morning. I didn't know they were doing a Fall Guy movie. If you remember, there's a TV show back late 70s, early 80s, The Fall Guy with Lee Majors as a stuntman who also prevents crimes and helps people. It's a new movie coming out with Ryan Gosling. And I scanned through the 3 pages of tease for this movie, and not once did they give credit to the original show and Lee Majors. Horrible.
You can have whatever kind of time you like.
Well, let me try it again.
You can have whatever kind of time you like. I am going to sit here and boo. Boo! Boo!
All right.
Boo indeed.
Yeah, it's just kind of lame that they wouldn't give any credit for the, even wanting to do the movie. And it's all just more proof that Hollywood can't come up with a new idea.
Right? At least for those the Wonder Woman movies, they at least they brought in my brain just dribbled. Is it Linda? What was her name? The original Superwoman. Was it Linda Evans?
No, are you talking about Bionic Woman, Superwoman?
No,
You're talking about Wonder Woman, Linda Evans.
Linda Evans, yeah, Wonder Woman. Yeah.
All right. We were talking yesterday about fries. We've talked about, I don't know why we've been on fries for a couple of weeks, but we've talked about, we were talking about Wendy's fries and how they're only delicious when you put them in the Frosty.
Yep.
Well, Wendy's apparently was listening to us yesterday. The dessert, the Frosty, beloved by, just about everybody. In the past, Wendy's has offered some other tasty limited edition flavors. They got a new one coming out. They've done pumpkin spice and peppermint Frosty. And now it's back is Orange Dreamsicle Frosty coming your way. The question is, how will it taste with a French fry?
Right? Does it say that in the article?
No, that's what people are asking. How will this taste with a French fry?
You know what I missed, and it's a thing I've only seen in the South. Maybe it was just a regional thing. That particular restaurant would give out a keychain with a barcode on it, and if you pulled up to the drive-through with the barcode and show them your keychain, they scan it, you get a free kid size, the little mini shakes, little mini Frosties.
Oh, little baby Frosty.
Yeah, and they don't do that anymore. They were just enough to dip your French fries in.
Oh,
like a dip cup for your fries, yeah. But
I didn't know he was in trouble, but apparently yesterday Pierce Brosnan pled guilty to Yellowstone National Park violation and ordered to pay $1,500. What did the James Bond star do? He walked off path.
Mm-hmm.
Claims he didn't see any signs. But it's kind of known. There's signs everywhere in the park. Never walk off the path. Never, ever.
Don't ever. There's people that walk off the path and never get back on it again. At Yellowstone.
Yeah. He just kind of disappeared.
There's some really dangerous stuff out there.
There is. He was fined $500 for straying off trail and ordered to pay a judge to pay $1,000, or ordered by the judge to pay $1,000 to a nonprofit organization, Yellowstone Forever. Originally, he pled guilty, pushed the trial off, and then decided, I'm just going to pay the fine because I'm filthy, stinking rich.
Right. I was going to say something makes me think he can afford the $1,500 fine.
Yeah. I think maybe he changed his tune just because he realized that it'd look really bad that he's fighting a $1,500 fine.
Makes him look like a big fat jerk.
Yeah.
No.
All right. Good news department today in science. Voyager 1 launched back in 1977. Has traveled over 13 billion miles away from Earth. It's in out of the sun's heliosphere.
Wow.
And they lost contact with it and for about 6 months now. They were able to send it a poke and get it to wake up.
Oh, did it giggle?
Yes.
Is it like
it's exactly the same thing I do in the morning when you wake me up?
Is it like when those, remember in the early days of Facebook, you could do the poke thing? I wonder if it's similar to that. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's the analogy they used anyways.
I don't think it has the technological capabilities to stream Facebook.
No.
I think it's a bit old for that.
It's funny as they said they turned off. It has 3 computers and they turned off 2 because it has no sunlight right now. And I was thinking, they had computers in 1977. Okay, yeah, they did. But all right, that's all the news headlines that I want to talk about, Chuck. Let's move on to big bits and breaks this morning. We've got some Irish jokes, some other stuff, but we're going to start off with Chuck Ritchie and 4 things you didn't know yesterday.
Yeah, so these are some pretty good ones. So at this very moment, 70% of the people driving on U.S. highways are speeding. Ooh. You know, never mind. I'm not going to go there because they say, I don't believe it. I don't know if it's true or not, but they say that you get like a certain leeway before the police will pull you over and get a ticket. They say it's about 8 miles an hour ish. I'm not advocating for that. I'm just putting it out there that, you know, if you're in front of me and you're going the speed limit, you could probably go a couple miles an hour faster and get away with it.
It is 10 miles an hour faster here.
Is it?
And that's what everybody says. Everybody drive like, so the freeway between it'd be like Chihuahua to Spokane, but I've got a 4-lane freeway going into Bangor. Speed limit 75. Everybody does a minimum of 85 miles an hour.
Yeah,
everybody.
It's like Texas.
You rarely see somebody pulled over. One night I was heading out of town. It's like almost midnight, and I'm coming back out here. And a guy passed me. He had to be doing 90. And here comes a cop right behind him. And the cop pulls in behind him and trails him for at least 5 miles. I watched this. And then takes an exit and never pulled him over. So I imagine he came up behind him, saw that he was really speeding, pulled his license plate and saw maybe he didn't have any warrants, no speeding tickets, and just let him go.
Wow.
And it's kind of dangerous out here because we don't have a lookout for a deer the next 15 miles. We have lookout for moose for the next 15 miles, you know. So, yeah, probably not a good thing.
Wow.
All right.
Yeah, in Texas, they do that on the little dusty back roads. They'll go 90 miles an hour everywhere. Windy back farm roads and 90 miles an hour. It's insane. There are 74 lobbyists for every 1 senator in Washington, D.C. You know, I really think if we want to fix a lot of the problems in the government, aside from term limits, I think doing some lobbyist reform is really, really necessary. Our government is run by money and by corporations.
So lobbyist reform. All right. Let's say no corporate donations.
Get rid of Citizens United.
Yeah, only 1 term. That's what I'm sticking with. 1 term.
1 long term.
One term. That's it. That's all you get.
I think, you know, most countries also have a vote of no confidence rules that make it really easy, much easier to remove somebody from office that is not doing a good job. I mean, obviously, case in point, we've seen that doesn't matter how bad somebody's doing, still impossible to remove them from office.
Marjorie Taylor Greene, George Santos.
Yeah, right?
Oh, can I do this again after saying that? Because it hurt my mouth and my brain. All right.
At least George Santos thing, that's pretty bipartisan, isn't it? I mean, nobody likes that guy. right? Yeah.
Yeah, he's running again.
I mean, I would hope so. I would lose all faith.
Running for his old seat. I hope he just gets smeared. Same thing with Marjorie Taylor Greene. And I probably shouldn't say this, but she has proof that ugly goes all the way to the bone.
Yeah.
Did I say that out loud?
You said it, not me. But you know.
Thank you. All right. Hold on. Here I go.
All right. I apologize. I'm really sorry. I apologize.
Wait. No,
Okay.
no, I'm not.
Don't be sorry about that one.
I'm not sorry. Okay.
I'll
let you keep going and shut up again.
If you counted for 24 hours a day, it would take 31,000 years to reach 1 trillion.
Go.
1, 2, 3.
You can count
4.
quicker.
Oh, okay. Sorry. I was doing the cadence of the Tootsie Pop owl. A 1, a 2. Yeah. In the shower,
3.
Yes. 3. 3 bites. In the shower, 75% of people wash from top to bottom, as it should be. It's like washing your car. You don't want to start at the bottom and then get everything all dirty again that you just cleaned. Yep, exactly.
Yeah, no, I'm going to think about that one. That was kind of disgusting, Chuck, but thanks.
Well, that's just biology, Scott.
Okay. I think I failed that one.
Did you? Okay. I failed geography. See, I can't even think of the right word.
Or geology. You probably failed them both since you can't say them. All right, here we go. It's killer quotes for today. Humility means you're a worthy human being who is no better or worse than anyone else. All right, that was from Demetrios Tessatres.
Oh, I like the Cool Ranch Demetrios.
Me too. Another one here from Walt Disney. The way to get started is to quit talking and begin doing. All right.
Walt Disney, he did, for sure.
Brené Brown had this quote, and I love it. This is like, kind of like a mantra for me. Calm is a superpower, especially if everybody else around you is panicking.
Oh yeah, it literally can be. If you're in a bad situation, the person that's calm generally can pull people out of it. So.
All right. A wee bit of the Irish today as we have St. Patrick's Day on Sunday the 17th. And in honor of all the Irish people out there, we have some Irish jokes. And Chuck, would you like to roll out
There we go. First? An Englishman, a Scotsman, and an Irishman wander into an old little pub in Kildare. They each ask the barman for a pint of Guinness. After the pints are placed onto the bar, 3 blue bottles drop into each man's freshly poured pint.
Now, here you go. Blue bottles are bugs.
Oh, okay. I'm like 3 blue bottles. I'm like, what was it, like one of those single shots, like a slammer? Yeah. So the Englishman pushes his pint away in disgust and orders up another. The Scot reaches in and plucks the fly out. The Irishman reaches in, plucks the fly out, holds it close to his face, and shouts, "Spit it out, you little bugger!" Yeah.
He wants his beer back.
That's me beer. Give it back.
An English lawyer was sat with his Irish client. Marty, he sighed. Why is it that whenever you ask an Irishman a question, he replies with another question? Bollocks, who told you that?
Hey, Scott, what do you call a bulletproof Irishman?
What do you call a bulletproof Irishman?
Ricochet.
Ricochet? All right, what do you call a huge Irish spider?
What do you call it, Scott?
A Paddy Longlegs.
Oh.
Like Daddy Longlegs.
I'm going to call him that from now on.
All right, Paddy Longlegs.
I'm going to name the spider. I'm going to name the spider that lives in my shower, Paddy.
Cool.
Yeah.
Paddy Long.
Yeah, he's got very long legs.
Yeah, and if you haven't heard it before, yes, Chuck does collect spiders.
I don't collect them. I just let a few selectively live in places where they're needed. I do. Yeah. So, is there? Oh, there's more. So the barman said to Patty, "Your glass is empty. Can I get you another one?" Patty replied, "Now, why would I be needing 2 empty glasses?" I like that one.
How can Irish people tell when it's summer?
I don't know, Scott.
The rain gets a little warmer.
There you go. It's kind of like here, too. Yeah. Actually, no, it gets pretty hot here. Where do leprechauns go instead of Comic-Con?
I don't know.
They go to the leprechaun.
Oh.
I like that one.
Why shouldn't you iron a 4-leaf clover?
Tell me.
You don't want to press your luck now, do you?
I like it. You also got to have the tiny little iron. I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah.
So Billy stops Patty in Dublin and asks for the quickest way to Cork. Patty says, "Are you on foot or in the car?" Billy says, "In the car." Patty says, "Well, that's the quickest way."
Be on your way then. All right, 2 Irishmen looking for work see a sign that reads, 3 fellers wanted. Oh, now look at that, said Patty. What a pity, there's only 2 of us.
I like that one. So the last one here. So the Irish gave bagpipes to the Scots as a joke. Did you know that?
I did not.
Yeah, the Scots haven't realized it yet, though.
Oh.
I just want to say, for the record, I love the bagpipe.
And you've said that before.
It's a great instrument.
I feel like you're all alone in that.
We had at our wedding we had bagpipers playing. Yeah.
Huh.
He even climbed up on the roof at sunset, played on the roof.
Wow.
Yeah.
And what was the look on people's faces?
Oh, people were ecstatic.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. Just picking on you, Chuck. It's okay. All right. St. Patty's Day tidbits. We did some of these yesterday, and we are back with more. First one up, St. Patrick was not actually Irish. Ooh. Historical sources report that he was born around 373 AD in either Scotland or in Roman Britain. His real name is believed to be Maewyn Sacat, and he took on Patrick or Patricus after he became a priest. He was kidnapped at the age of 16 by pirates and sold into slavery in Ireland. During his 6-year captivity, he worked as a shepherd. He began to have religious visions and found strength in his faith. He finally escaped and went to France, where he became a priest and later a bishop.
Wow.
Yeah.
So also when he was about 60 years old, St. Patrick traveled to Ireland to spread the Christian word. They said that Patrick had an unusually winning personality, and that helped him win converts. He used the shamrock, which resembles a 3-leaf clover, as a metaphor to explain the concept of the Trinity. The Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. He probably had an unusually winning personality because he was drunk most of the time.
He's Irish.
Yeah.
First St. Patrick's Day parade took place not in Ireland, but in the United States. Irish soldiers serving the English military marched through New York City on March 17th in 1762. Along with their music, the parade helped the soldiers to reconnect with their Irish roots, as well as fellow Irishmen serving in the English army. Suddenly, annual St. Patrick's Day parades became a show of strength for Irish Americans, as well as a must-attend event for a slew of political candidates. Wow. In 1948, President Truman attended the New York City St. Patrick's Day parade, a proud moment for many Irish whose ancestors had to fight stereotypes and racial prejudices to find acceptance in America.
Oh, cool. You know, there's if you look at the language that arose from the South, some of those Ozarks, some of the really the mountainous regions in the South, a lot of their languages, their idioms, the way they speak comes from the original Irish and Scottish settlers. A lot of that's just sort of an evolution of their slang terms of their language and their accents. So if you really listen to some of the things they say, they're very similar to the old sort of Scottish and Irish way of speaking. So, all right, little nerd trivia for you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome. So leprechauns are little make-believe fairies from Ireland. They're the little old men who are shoemakers for the fairies. They usually stand about 2 feet tall, and treasure hunters can often track down a leprechaun by the sound of his shoemaker's hammer. The legend is if you catch one, you can force him to tell you where he hides his gold.
Go ahead and make your joke.
Hey, Scott.
Yeah?
Where's your gold?
You're mocking me, aren't you?
Tell me.
I'm keeping it hidden. St. Patrick's credited with establishing the leap year tradition of women proposing to men. Story states that this was because St. Bridget complained that women were tired of waiting for marriage proposals. Story also says that Bridget proposed to him, but he refused.
Oh, man. So this one, Erin go Bra, means Ireland forever.
All right. First American celebration of St. Patrick's Day was in Boston, Massachusetts in 1737. Kind of contradicts what we just said, doesn't it?
Right?
Okay.
Yeah, no way, though. There's no Irish people in Boston, Massachusetts. None. None at all.
Yes.
9 of the people who signed our Declaration of Independence were of Irish origin, and 19 presidents of the United States proudly claim Irish heritage, including our first president, George Washington.
Four places in the U.S. are named Shamrock, the floral emblem of Ireland. Mount Gay Shamrock, West Virginia, Shamrock, Texas, Shamrock Lakes, Indiana, Shamrock Lakes, Indiana, and Shamrock, Oklahoma.
There you go. And this next one here, the Blarney Stone, is a stone set in the wall of the Blarney Castle Tower in the Irish village of Blarney. Kissing the stone is supposed to bring the kisser the gift of persuasive eloquence, which is also known as Blarney. The castle was built in 1446 by Cormac Ledvid McCarthy, Lord of Muskerry. Its walls are 18 feet thick. Those are some thick walls. Necessary to thwart attacks by the Cromwellians and William III's troops. Thousands of tourists a year still visit the castle and spread their germs on the stone.
Yep. The origins of that stone's magical properties aren't clear. One legend says that an old woman cast a spell on the stone to reward a king who had saved her from drowning. Kissing the stone while under the spell gave the king the ability to speak sweetly and convincingly, much like Chuck.
Oh, I know. I get that. There are several accounts of St. Patrick's death. One says that he died at Saul Downpatrick. His jawbone was preserved in a silver shrine and was often requested in times of childbirth, epileptic fits, and as a preservative against the evil eye. Scott, can you give us the evil eye? There you go. Ooh,
yes.
Ooh, I'm scared. I just got chills.
I have an evil eye. I drop it in someone's soup. When they're not looking, of course. I knew a guy had a glass eye.
Mm-hmm.
And his favorite bar trick was when somebody looked away and was going to be looking away for a few seconds, he would pop it out and flip it over. And on the opposite side, he had an American flag.
How patriotic.
Yeah, it is. All right, last one. Did you know the Celts who lived in Ireland invented Halloween about 2,500 years ago?
Mm-hmm.
They also invented the jack-o'-lantern, which was originally made out of turnips.
Mm-hmm. They're really creepy. If you've seen some of the old ones, they're really creepy.
Ooh,
I like them.
When Irish people immigrated to America about 150 years ago, they started making their jack-o'-lanterns out of pumpkins instead. All right.
That makes me get excited for Halloween, Scott.
Does it?
Yeah, I'm ready. I'm ready for Halloween again already. It's not even spring yet.
You know, they have Christmas in July. We should have Halloween in June.
You know, I thought, there's been a lot of talk about the future of Chihuahua and economy and all this stuff. And for many years, there's other towns, they pick a certain theme that they go with. And I always thought Chihuahua would make a perfect little Halloween town, wouldn't it? Halloween all year round. But then it might get a little gimmicky and touristy, and that might be kind of cheesy. But
people around here on the East Coast must be really into it, because I know Bangor does, of course, like, what do you call them when you go to the little scary Halloween thing?
Mm-hmm.
Haunted house?
Yeah.
But they do them 2 other times a year as well.
Ooh, I like that.
Yeah.
I like that.
Well, for the people that have those businesses, or like one of them has a dedicated building, I'm sure it helps them, and there's people like you out there that goes, hey, it's Friday night. Let's go down to the haunted house and get scared.
Yeah.
But it's June. Yeah.
Right. And, I've been to places where they have haunted houses that are just attractions that run year round.
Mm-hmm.
And I will always go to a haunted house. If there's one near me, I'm there.
So. Right. Before break, just a couple trivia questions, Chuck. I'm so sorry, but you're really good at it.
Some days.
The following program is closed captioned for the thinking impaired.
I want to ask you a bunch of questions. I want to have them answered immediately.
Oh, wow. The same ones came up as the other day when you had to name the famous Patricks.
Oh.
Yeah.
Ooh. Yeah. Is it the same Patricks?
It is the same Patrick. It's the exact same one that popped up. So just here's your question, okay? Because you got them wrong yesterday. We'll see how well your memory is working.
Okay.
He was McDreamy on Grey's Anatomy.
Patrick Dempsey.
Super Bowl winning NFL quarterback.
Oh my goodness. This one I can't remember.
I'll give you a hint. Patrick
Mahomes. Patrick Mahomes. Thank you for the hint, Scott.
Yeah. Not that the lead-in to describe a famous Patrick was.
My brain was going to one that I didn't remember yesterday, but that did not come up yesterday.
And then I didn't want to name the movie because you would have got it too easy, but you eventually got it. I said he was really kicky in one movie, and you said
I don't remember what I said, but that would be Patrick Swayze. Patrick Swayze.
That's true. I thought you forgot that one too.
There seems to be no sign of intelligent life anywhere.
All right. Let's see. A couple more trivia questions for Chuck. The last year in which you could do this was 1961.
The last year you could do that in 1961. Legally drive without a seatbelt.
It's one of those tricks you do with numbers.
1961. A trick you can do with numbers that you can't do anymore?
Yeah, people do it with dates and stuff a lot.
Oh, is it something where the first and the last number are the same backwards or forwards or something like that? I don't know.
Kind of. I'll give you that. It's write the year upside down or right side up and see the same thing, 1961. The next time you'll be able to do that is the year 6009.
Yes. Or
Wait for it. Wait for it.
Okay.
All right. This will be good for you. 56% of dogs in the United States have this in common.
They're smelly.
I think that's 100%.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
How about 68%?
56.
56%. They have long tails.
There seems to be no sign of intelligence.
Some dogs have short
I guess
tails.
there's some bobtail dogs, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
60...
Has to do with their physicality.
They are fat.
They are fat. There you go.
Okay, there we go.
All right, spy the lie, Chuck. Camels have 3 eyelids.
Mm-hmm.
The philtrum is the area of body between the eyebrows. In the summer, walnuts tan. Which one's the lie?
I'm going to go with the philtrum, the area between your eyes.
It's true. It's true.
That's true.
That is the lie. Now, where is the philtrum?
So that is the lie. I got it right.
Yes.
Oh, I thought you were saying
where,
that. I thought you were saying that one
is
is true.
But what is the philtrum then? If that's not it,
It is a body part.
It's an area of the body.
Is it the area between your nostrils?
You're really close. It's the area between your nose and your upper lip.
Oh, okay. That little like, yeah. Nice.
Let me use it in a sentence. I got punched in the philtrum.
Oh. I was in a play once where the main character got shot on stage, and they asked him, "Where'd you get shot?" Right below the proscenium. That was in high school, and that joke still sticks with me.
Can I ask what that is?
That must have hurt. What the play was?
No, what the proscenium is.
The proscenium is the area, the sort of arch at the top of the stage. Yeah, the proscenium. Yeah.
All right. Let's see here. Let's wrap it up with that. Answer wrong and win. I'm looking for the dumbest answer you can come up with.
Oh, I got dumb ones.
Okay. Delta, United, and Southwest are part of what industry?
Catering.
The Olympics are held every 2 years in summer and when?
Construction season.
YouTube is a website for what?
For amateur horse racers.
And Bill Gates founded what company?
Oh, he founded McDonald's. Yeah. and
then took on a role as the Hamburglar.
Yeah, and oddly enough, he was the first person to dip his French fries in a Wendy's Frosty.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah. Little known fact, Scott.
All right. Thank you. I feel very educated.
You're welcome.
You're welcome. All right. You're welcome as well. Thank you. All right. When we come back, we'll be even dumber. Promise. As well as having local birthdays all the way through the weekend. You'll know who to make fun of. And we always wrap it up with odd news, but you got to stay right here on Northern Lights Public Radio. We are KCHW 102.7.
It's 8:20.
Your KCHW morning show made possible by a donation from God-Fearing Brothers Auto Center. God-Fearing Brothers specializes in auto services, including repair, maintenance, and detailing. They also stock a full selection of tires, make glass repairs, offer towing, and have an auto sales lot on the corner of Highway 395 and Main Street at the light. For more information, you can visit the Auto Service Center at 806 East Main in Chewelah. Find them online at godfearingbrothers.com or by phone at 509-935-6414. KCHW-FM thanks God-Fearing Brothers for supporting public radio in Stevens County.
And by Chewelah Flooring.
Chewelah Flooring at 214 East Clay in the 3rd Street Mall offers a wide variety of products, including carpet, ceramic and porcelain tile, vinyl and laminate planks, and vinyl sheet flooring. Chewelah Flooring carries products for both commercial businesses and residential homes, including brands like National Flooring, Dell Tile, Mannington, and Mohawk. They also offer blind repair. For more information, you can visit online at CheWelahFlooring.com, call 509-935-8021, or via email at CheWelahFlooring@gmail.com.
This is KCHW 102.7.
From Feature Story News in London, I'm Simon Gaitan. At least 20 Palestinians have been killed and over 150 injured in northern Gaza after Israel reportedly attacked people waiting for aid, according to the Hamas-run health ministry. Gaza's health ministry is calling the attack a, quote, new premeditated massacre. The Israeli military has called the reports a smear campaign and says the deaths were the fault of armed Palestinians and aid truck drivers. Voting is underway in Russia's presidential elections, which are set to see Vladimir Putin win another 6-year term in power. Votes are being cast over 3 days in an election absent of any meaningful opposition. Reports suggest the Kremlin's main objective is to avoid turnout figures similar to those in 2018, recorded at 68%. Daria Chernyshyova reports.
Even though it is the shortest ballot in the history of modern Russia, with only 4 candidates listed, we understand that people are willing to come and cast their ballots. Also, this year, the Russian people are able to cast their ballot online. They have this option for the first time in the presidential election. They are also coming to the polls for 3 days instead of just 1. That's yet another novelty. So the authorities are doing everything possible to ensure that the turnout in this year's presidential election is high. What Russians have been saying for now is that the vast majority are going to vote for the continuity, both domestically and internationally, as they do see no other viable alternative to the incumbent President Vladimir Putin at the moment.
This, as a Ukrainian official has said that the 2 Russian regions of Kursk and Belgorod are now active combat zones. At least 60 people have reportedly died while attempting to cross the Mediterranean Sea. The migrant boat left Libya sometime last week but broke down shortly after, leaving the migrants stranded. Ishan Garg has more.
The migrants on the boat that sailed from Libya are believed to have been headed for Italy or Malta in Europe. The rescue team that finally found the boat adrift at sea says it managed to save 25 people. But not before many on the boat perished, likely due to a lack of basic supplies. Those on the rubber dinghy included at least 1 child and several women. SOS Mediterranee, the charity that carried out the rescue op, says it believes that the engine on the boat broke down 3 days after it left Libya, and the migrants were stranded at sea without food or water. The survivors were found in dire health conditions. 2 were unconscious and have now been flown to Sicily to recover. Many of those saved are being treated with supplemental oxygen as their condition remains serious.
From bureaus worldwide, this is FSN.
With FSN Spotlight, I'm Simon Marks. Today, the plight of a British university lecturer fired by University College London after a student complained about her course. Michelle Shipworth says she was fired by the prestigious college after she taught a module relating to the history of slavery in China that infuriated Chinese students in the audience. One complained, and the academic was fired, she says, because UCL is defending its commercial interests and the fees that the school makes from Chinese students.
I think she has a very, very strong case in asserting that her right has not been upheld as it should have been.
Professor Stephen Chang teaches at another London college, SOAS.
some universities will be in financial difficulties if Chinese students disappear from their student body. Now, in the case of UCL, which is one of the best universities we have, it should be in a stronger position. But 25% of the students at UCL comes from China, and that does have a very significant effect on the bottom line for the university as a whole.
UCL has now launched an internal investigation to explore the circumstances under which it fired Professor Shipworth. She claims she was banned and cancelled for asking master's students a challenging question that has been part of her curriculum for over a decade. She is now barred from communicating with any of her students. With FSN Spotlight, I'm Simon Marks.
To recap the top stories, at least 20 Palestinians have been killed and over 150 injured in northern Gaza after Israel reportedly attacked people waiting for aid, according to the Hamas-run health ministry. Israel has denied responsibility. At least 60 people have reportedly died while attempting to cross the Mediterranean Sea, according to survivors. And voting is underway in Russia's presidential elections, which are set to see Putin win another 6-year term in power. That's the latest feature story news. Simon Gaitan reporting.
And welcome back to part 2 of the KCHW Morning Show. It's Friday with myself, Chuck Ritchie, and Scott Allen. We're back.
And thanks so much for being here as we roll you into your weekend on this Friday. Always start off segment 2 with local birthdays. Chuck Ritchie going to take us all the way through the weekend and into Monday.
I do, and we have a bunch on the calendar for today. We have, if I can get the light adjusted here right, we have Christy Park, Corey McLaughlin, Lee McLaughlin, Kara Hogan, Hazel Hogan, Tamara Bowman, and Megan McCombs. Right. It looks like we might have 2 sets of twins today.
It looks like it.
Yeah, yes. That's cool. And then on Saturday, we have Blake Maria, Kezia Middlesworth, and Pat Myers. And then Sunday, St. Patty's Day birthdays. Or we have one birthday on Sunday for St. Patty's Day, Leo Walters. And then Terry and Gary Hentages have an anniversary. And Donna and Virgil White have an anniversary. There you go. Nice. That's cool. St. Patty's Day wedding. That would be really cool.
And Monday?
Oh, my goodness. Monday. I almost forgot Monday. So here we go. We have Josie Williams and Tess May on Monday.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. Lots of them. You're right.
There are.
You know them. You love them. You see them around town, point and laugh. Tell them we talked about them on the radio.
Yeah. Speaking of talking people about people on the radio, we have 2 Jamies watching this morning on our Facebook. And Holly says hi. Good morning, Holly.
Morning. Thank you, guys.
She's also going to be at the Home and Garden Show.
Cool.
Selling bulbs. Yeah.
A few celebrity birthdays for today. Judd Hirsch from Taxi, Numbers, The Fabelmans, and some of those teen movies back in the 80s.
Yeah.
Let's see. He is 89.
Oh, wow.
Mike Love of the Beach Boys, 83. Sly Stone of Sly and the Family Stone, 81. Dee Schneider of Twisted Sister. We have some musical birthdays today, don't we?
Do.
69. Park Overall from Empty Nest is 67. Oh, get this. I can't believe it's not Butter.
Fabio.
It's Fabio turning 65.
I can't believe he's 65.
He got so big by eating whole cubes of butter. More musical birthdays. Bret Michaels of Poison is 61, and that's what their music felt like to me.
Oh.
Oh. A band that never should have been.
That's
all right.
That's fair. Although I have to say, I've seen Bret Michaels in a lot of stuff, and he actually seems like a really genuinely nice person. So there's that.
I was just kind of teasing.
I know. I agree, though.
All right.
I mean, no.
Kim Rapper from Third Watch, Grey's Anatomy, 55. Eva Longoria from Overboard, Desperate Housewives, 49. Another musician, Will I Am from the Black Eyed Peas, turning 49.
I actually really like him.
I once did a concert tease with my mom before she passed away on the radio, because she had called me right before the show and said that the Black Eyed Peas were next door to her house. And my mom lived in nowhere, Bismarck, North Dakota.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking, like, right. But they just had a huge flood, if you remember, about 10 years ago when the whole city was underwater. And the Black Eyed Peas showed up in Bismarck, North Dakota to do a concert from them. And one of their family members lived next to my mom. And I'm like doubting her. And I said, you mean, I said, is there a girl in the band? And then my mom said, you mean the blank one? On the radio. And I'll let you figure out what she might have said.
The pretty one? She said the pretty one?
No.
Oh.
But yeah, it was. But you know, coming out of a 90-year-old woman's mouth, it was almost acceptable, and I called it. It was a concert update with Grandma.
Wow.
Yeah.
On the radio,
and it went south.
That would be cool, though. I would see the Black Eyed Peas. I think that'd be a fun one to go. Yeah.
Kellen Lutz from the Twilight films, turning 39. Jai Courtney from Suicide Squad, Good Day to Die Hard, 38. Rapper David Bird, a.k.a. Lil Dicky Dave, is 36. That's from the movie Dave, I should say.
Okay.
Just a couple more through the weekend. Eric Estrada from Chips. Remember that show?
Oh,
Were you all right? 75.
You know, I grew up, my dad was a police officer in the 80s. We watched Chips on repeat. He would record it on VHS, and we'd watch those episodes over and over again until the next one came out next week. Yeah.
Game show host Chuck Willery tomorrow, also turning 83. And here's your musical one. Rapper Flava Flav turning 65. And then on Sunday, it's Kurt Russell.
You missed Alan Tudyk, one of my favorite actors of all time. One of the funniest men alive, Alan Tudyk. Yep.
Okay. Sorry about that.
Yeah. How dare you?
I'm sorry. Sunday, it was Kurt Russell at 73, Gary Sinise at 69, Rob Lowe at 60, soccer legend Mia Hamm at 52, Brittany Daniel from Always Sunny in Philadelphia, 48, John Boyega from the Star Wars films, 32, and swimmer Katie Ledecky, 27.
Wow. You know,
since we're... Go ahead.
I'm getting old enough to where I see some of these names and some of these ages, and I'm like, no way. These people are younger than I am, and they're like old. They were just kids.
In the interest of time today, why don't we skip, Chuck, and you can go ahead and do these. Let's go right to goofy holidays through the weekend.
Yeah. Yeah, so these are our special events and national holidays. Today is Everything You Think Is Wrong Day. That's great.
Okay.
It's the Ides of March. It's International Day Against Police Brutality. It is Egg Cream Day. Peanut Lovers Day, Take Down Tobacco National Day of Action, True Confessions Day. Scott, do you have any true confessions for us?
I love you, Chuck.
Oh, we all knew that already, Scott.
All right, that's the only thing that came to my head. No. I'm sorry.
It's World Consumer Rights Day, Preschool Teachers Day, and World Sleep Day.
Ooh,
yeah.
Well, show's over.
That's why we're late today. We just decided to take a nap.
I needed a little nappy.
Yeah. All right, let's pick a few out for over the weekend. It is Lips Appreciation Day tomorrow. And then Maple Syrup Saturday, along with Corn Dog Day. Maybe a little maple syrup on your corn dog. Okay. It is Freedom of Information Day and Artichoke Day.
You skipped Companies That Care Day.
Because I didn't care, Scott.
Exactly. Which one of those companies is that?
Probably very little companies, I would imagine.
All right, very little.
Yeah, the church store called, and they're running out of you.
Ooh.
I will go get some artichokes for tomorrow, though.
Okay.
Big artichoke fan. I love them. So then there's some on obviously Sunday's St. Patrick's Day, Campfire Girls Day, Corned Beef and Cabbage Day, of course, and Submarine Day.
Wow. I always wanted me a submarine. There was a few years where I had a picture. It was a yacht, and it was also a submarine and a yacht. And you could buy it for like it was years ago, and I think it was like half $1,000,000. You could buy this submersible yacht, and I had a picture of it on my fridge because I really wanted that.
You didn't get it?
I didn't get it.
Why not, Scott? It's only $500,000.
This could have been something to do with $500,000. Yeah.
So If you bring your St. Patrick's dinner on a submarine, does that make it a corned beef and cabbage sub? Sorry. Apologies.
Okay. Number for the day is 157,511, and that's drone deliveries in North America in 2023.
Wow.
What? Nobody's done that. Nobody's delivered me anything by drone.
Right? Where's our drone deliveries in Chihuahua?
Testing by various companies continues, with Walmart to begin offering drone delivery to 75% of the population in Dallas-Fort Worth area this coming year.
I'd be worried they just drop the package on top of the roof or something. You have to hire a neighbor kid to get up there and get it down.
It would be no different than Amazon tossing it on your porch.
That's true.
That's true. All right, let's take a look at entertainment, find out what people can see this weekend. Chuck, we can go back and forth on these. The first movie up, when I saw it, I was like, no, not another King Arthur movie. Please, can we come up with another idea? Then I was pleasantly surprised. This opens in theaters this weekend. It's Mark Wahlberg starring as an adventure racer who adopts a stray dog named Arthur to join him on an epic endurance race. The movie's based on a true story, which is adapted from the book Arthur, the Dog Who Crossed the Jungle to Find a Home by Michael McCall Linnord, the real-life adventure racer who adopted Arthur. So it's a sweet dog-human movie.
See, my thought was, oh, no, not another Mark Wahlberg movie.
Wonder if at least, hopefully, it's sometime in the movie they'll have a sword fight.
Right? The next one here is Knox Goes Away. This is in theaters. When a contract killer has a rapidly evolving form of dementia, he's offered an opportunity to redeem himself by saving the life of his estranged adult son. This stars, get this, Michael Keaton and Al Pacino.
What a weird combo.
Ooh, that is Michael Keaton Al Pacino's son?
Hopefully he doesn't forget things like he did at the Oscars.
Right?
Yeah.
Was it did Al Pacino forget something with the Oscars? What was that?
He was supposed to name all the winners for Best Picture, and he just said he opened the instead of saying everybody who was nominated. He just said he opened up the envelope and looked at it and said, "I see Oppenheimer."
Wow.
All right. The American Society of Magical Negroes opening in theaters this weekend, too. A young man, Aaron, is recruited into a secret society of magical black people who dedicate their lives to a cause of utmost importance, making white people's lives easier. Well, that's a unique story.
Wow. That sounds like a, what's his name that did Get Out and Us? Is that one of his movies, I wonder?
I didn't click on it, so I don't know. So.
Yeah. So the next one here is Snack Shack. This is in Nebraska City, 1991. Two best friends get the chance to run the swimming pool Snack Shack. That later comes to be the perfect scenario for transgression, fun, personal discovery, and romance.
All right. One Life, also opening in theaters. The story of Sir Nicholas Nicky Winton, a young London broker who in the months leading up to World War II rescued over 600 children from Nazi-occupied Czechoslovakia. And that stars Anthony Hopkins.
Wow. There's a lot of older stars coming back and kind of making a comeback in later years right now.
Nice.
Namely Michael Keaton, which I am super, super, super excited about. I guess he's not that old, but, it's been a while. He's been kind of out of the picture, and they're making the Beetlejuice 2 movie that is supposedly...
really good.
Yeah, really good, and really kind of staying true to the original format. They're using all the original special effects styles, creating a storyline that isn't super cheesy or recreating the wheel. So that's what I'm super excited about. That was my childhood right there. Let's see. So One Life, the story of Sir Nicholas Nicky Winton. Wait, you already did that one. Love Lies Bleeding. Sorry. Gym manager Lou, which is Kristen Stewart. She falls for Jackie, a bodybuilder who is passing through town en route to a competition in Las Vegas.
She's taking a lot of heat over that movie. I'll be curious to watch it.
Kristen Stewart is?
Yeah.
She takes a lot of heat over a lot of stuff she does.
She does. All right, teaser trailer released yesterday for an upcoming movie that should be released in the next couple weeks. It stars Chris Pine, who was the last theatrical version of Captain Kirk. Teaser trailer for the wacky stoner comedy titled Pool Man was released Thursday. The film marks the directorial debut of Chris Pine, who's also the star. He shot the film in 2022 when the pandemic was still on, and it comes out in theaters beginning of May. Pool Man is described as a stoner riff on the classic Chinatown. It's about a hapless dreamer and would-be philosopher who spends his days looking after the pool of an apartment block in sunny LA until he uncovers a heist. Annette, I think that's supposed to be Benning. Annette Benning and Danny DeVito, talking about older stars again, are also going to be in that movie.
Very cool. I love Danny DeVito. Yeah, there's
all right.
There's between the pandemic and then followed up by the writer strike, and now we're past all that. It seems like there's a lot of really great stuff coming out. A lot of things that were in the works for a while that they've had a little extra time to edit and work on that seem a little extra polished. And I think there's been some pent up creativity for a while that's really kind of bursting out right now.
They sure drug their feet on it, though. They talked about all these movies that were on hold, and I can't understand why they're not releasing them.
Right.
If they've already got them in the can and stuff. I'm wondering it's because if theater numbers have been still so dismal, they're kind of holding off on some of the big ones until they feel like theaters are really back up and running where they can make the money they want to. But part of the problem people aren't going to theaters is because they're not releasing a lot of good stuff.
Right.
Especially the blockbuster movies that with all the special effects that people love. I mean, they usually don't win Oscars, but if you look back at like summertime biggest movies over the years before the advent of Marvel taking over everything, which people are burned out on now.
Right.
Just in the summertime, like Will Smith, he always did some kind of big summer blockbuster sci-fi movie. And those are the movies, like the old Batman movies with Christian Bale. Those were the movies at the time that really stormed the box office. I mean, Batman, that first Batman movie was like $1 billion.
Yeah.
It almost beat out Titanic. It was the highest grossing film ever. And I think they've created this problem with the theaters themselves. Just my opinion.
Right. Well, yeah. And then with the movies or the TV shows coming out, the quality of television and all these streaming services competing for these shows have really upped the game on TV series. And we're realizing that, especially books turned into movies, a lot of popular stories turned into TV shows. It's a lot better to do the slower tell of the story over, multiple seasons of a TV series than a movie or a trilogy. You get better storytelling and with the cheaper special effects and everything now. I mean, it's equal production quality.
I would agree with that. Yeah. All right. Before we move into odd news, one news story just popped up, and I've been kind of waiting for a couple of them. There is some thought that the judge in Florida is going to dismiss the documents cases, which will surely be appealed. She was a Trump-appointed lawyer. I almost said liar, and she.
That's it.
It wasn't on purpose. That wasn't a faux pas. So that's really curious. It'll surely be appealed because obviously there was a crime committed there, and she is obviously in the ruling she's making trying to delay it to benefit him. And I hope the bar comes after her for that, but we'll see what happens there. In Atlanta, Fulton County District Attorney Fannie Willis has to make a choice. She must step aside from the Georgia election interference case against Donald Trump or remove the special prosecutor I'm using quotations with my hands, former boyfriend, who she had a romantic relationship before the case can proceed.
Yeah. Yeah.
Either she has to step down or he has to step down. Fulton County Superior Court Judge Scott McAfee said he did not conclude that Willis's relationship with Special Prosecutor Nathan Wade amounted to conflict of interest. However, he says it creates an appearance of impropriety that has infected the prosecution team, and one of them has to leave before it can continue.
Yeah.
It seems fair.
It does. It kind of seems like it should be the one that's had their name in the paper this whole time. I'm just saying.
It's funny how she ended up on trial, but look at the position she is in. That was a colossal bad choice.
Yeah.
colossal bad choice. That was stupid. And to think that they weren't going to get caught or somebody wouldn't notice, that's ridiculous.
Right.
I mean, shame on her.
Yeah. Yeah.
Really. You have something that is so important to our country, and that's what you do? You risk it all?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
No.
Very sad.
No.
Let's do this then.
But you're stupid. No, you're stupid. Where's the car keys? I'm not stupid. You're stupid. No, you're stupid. But you're stupid. No, you're stupid.
And that's what Fanny and her boyfriend are doing right now.
Well, yeah, like you said, especially with something of such national importance, everything you do is going to be analyzed one way or another, and like even a speck of impropriety is going to be amplified and blown up. So just avoid it from the beginning. If you think there's any shred of doubt in your brain that, oh, maybe someone might have a problem with this, don't.
I think an indiscrepancy like that on such a major case, you should lose your license. Just saying.
Right.
Totally. Even, okay, the judge found that there was, and I'm going to go with the judge, that there was no impropriety, but still, the fact of this choice, I mean, I wouldn't hire her.
Right. And, these cases, they need to be treated with the utmost integrity. And if there's anything, even if it's not a lack of integrity or something, it needs to not even have the image or the possibility of that even becoming a thing, because it's going to come into question and it's going to cast doubt.
There's got to be some amount, a percentage of people that don't want to believe the truth, that it's going to take a judge to make a ruling to where they go, okay, this is what the court system came up with all the way around, and accept it. Mm-hmm. And I think it could change people's mind and get them to look at what's really happening.
Right.
And we'll see what happens.
Right.
Let's move on to the fun stuff, take you into that Friday, and we do that with what we like to call odd news.
Slap some bacon on a biscuit and let's go. We're burning daylight.
It's the world of strange. A world gone wacky.
Out here, due process is a bullet.
And some of the scariest people on the planet.
I think you're bluffing. Be afraid. You look mighty pretty when you get mad.
It's your odd news on KCHW.
Just sit back and enjoy the show.
Always throwing, it's the odd news. You never know what you're going to hear. We kick it off with the news attack where there's a headline and then a really bad joke. And here comes Chuck.
So Sunday, as we all know, is St. Patrick's Day. This is the day we celebrate the ability to make a drunken fool of ourselves in public.
All right. I think, with people being much more conscious about drinking and driving and stuff, it seems like those kind of celebrations have dwindled over the past few years.
They have. And, a lot of people like to, say bad things about the younger generations and the millennials, but the use of alcoholism, tobacco, that sort of thing, even teen pregnancies are way down right now, I believe. All the improprieties that the previous generations used to imbibe in seems to be really, really on the decline.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah. Kids these days, they just don't really get the thrill of alcohol. They just don't care. Which is kind of good to see. Yeah.
All right. A report that says that there are just under 30 million millionaires in the United States in 2023. 30 million millionaires, none of whom tip.
Not a one. Okay. Well, if they tipped and they were generous with their money, they wouldn't be rich, would they? Yeah.
No.
A study found that vegetarians have lower incidence of cancer and a far lesser chance of getting a 9-legged McNugget caught in their throats. What? I don't even get it.
9-legged McNugget.
What is a 9-legged McNugget?
Well, the little weird protrusions that come off of them.
Yeah, those are the best parts, man. You bite those things off. Yeah. Pretend they're a leg. Yeah. No.
All right, St. Patrick's Day almost here. Today's the day when America's biggest employers celebrate by handing out green slips instead of pink slips.
Here you go. It's festive.
Bye-bye.
Right? McAllen, Texas has been the most obese city in the U.S. They won the heavyweight title of America, and they didn't even have to leave their couches.
You can do it!
Study found. Oh, there's another joke to that. Residents also there have proven that yes, everything's bigger in Texas, including their body mass index.
Go ahead. I'm coughing, Scott.
Study found that 10 million pounds of space dust collect on Earth every year, and maybe this is why Endust stays in business.
Isn't that supposed to repel dust?
Yeah.
I don't know if that works. A study found that overweight middle-aged adults tend to score more poorly on tests of memory, attention, and learning ability than their thinner peers. It's because they're too busy thinking about the free snacks they get after the test is done.
You middle-aged, Chuck?
I believe so, yeah. And snacks are everything.
You're mocking me, aren't you?
All right, last one here. 10,000 Americans are injured each year while using washers and dryers. Gentlemen, do not do laundry naked.
Ooh. Watch that door latch.
All right, let's move along to Wacky But True. We don't add anything to these stories, but a nice range of drops and sound effects from movies and television shows. It's Wacky But True, and here's Chuck Ritchie.
Yeah, so a St. Johns County, Florida sheriff's deputy found himself face-to-face with a turkey during a routine traffic stop. The incident caught on a deputy's body camera showed the bird making its way down a residential street surrounded by other poultry. Thinking it was a chicken, the deputy attempted to shoo it away by quacking and raising his leg. However, the persistent turkey refused to back down, leading the deputy to call for backup, jokingly stating, "I'm getting attacked by a chicken right now." After a few minutes of unsuccessful attempts to chase away the turkey, the deputy managed to steer it to the other side of the road before retreating to safety of his patrol vehicle.
And here's a word from the turkey.
You're way off. I say you're way off this time, son.
How can you not tell the difference between a turkey and a chicken? They're like twice the size.
I swear on my life, I thought turkeys could fly.
Well, maybe that's why he's a deputy.
Please. Well, you know what? I happen to find Deputy Dog to be very, very sexy.
Did he tell you about a little bedtime problem? Mama.
All right, some short ones here. Man in Spain surprised motorists when he ditched his car in the middle of the road, stepped out of the car, and stripped nude. Then he began jogging. He made it about a mile before police could catch up with him.
Wow. That's impressive. The guy must have been scooting.
Run as fast as you can. You can't catch me. I'm the gingerbread man.
Have you ever tried running in high heels? You probably have. Golly! I saw a boy up there run as fast as the train. Faster even.
Untrue. Captain Smeck is genius and best at running away.
I'd like to point out that no one else in my gene pool runs like a girl.
Run, friend, run! The same technique that allows a Zulu warrior to chase a running gazelle for 50 miles and still have the strength for the kill.
Come on, and you with the running and the jumping.
No, wait.
Jogging. I believe it's jogging or yogging. It might be a soft J. I'm not sure, but apparently you just run for an extended period of time. It's supposed to be wild.
You know, after all that, all I can picture is John Lithgow running naked. Yelling that, run as fast as you can.
Run as fast as you can. You can't catch me. I'm the gingerbread man.
Picture him saying.
That would seem like such a John Lithgow thing to do. A 72-year-old man in Singapore had the pants robbed off him. Yeah, 3 burglars accosted him in a back alley and then yanked his pants off and left him looking for help in his underwear.
How old was he?
He was 72 years young.
In my regiment, I was known as Old Iron Pants. You might keep that in mind.
Just keep that in mind.
His pants were really hard to carry away because they were heavy.
I'm not wearing any pants. Film at 11.
It's a good thing the cameras only catch us from the chest up, Scott.
That's right. I'm yogging right now, too. All right. John Mandy of Boca Raton, Florida, was arrested for threatening a total of 4 judges over rulings that were handed down against him. Authorities were able to quickly identify Mandia as he was the one doing the threatening because he posted a message about hunting down his targets, of course, on Facebook.
Yeah. You threatening me? You seem somewhat familiar. Have I threatened you before?
You little one-eyed cretin. Okay, first of all, it's creepy. If you're gonna threaten me, do it properly.
I agree. So officers at the St. Petersburg, Florida Police Department were frustrated in trying to catch a reckless motorcyclist who would taunt officers by blocking their way and forcing them to stop, ride in circles around them while yelling profanities at them. Then when the officers called for backup, he would flee and ride across sidewalks and private property through red lights and go the wrong way. The unknown man's electric motorcycle was easily outmaneuvered police squad cars. Investigators finally got the break they were waiting for and got a warrant for Javon Gomes and arrested him. What was the break? He posted videos he took during the incidents on YouTube, and it was a simple matter of finding who owned the YouTube account. Wow.
Again, you could just like circle the cops like he was on the moped and screaming,
Run, run, run. Catch me. I'm the gingerbread man.
I'm sorry, I like that a little bit too much. I actually had this one from him since he posted it on YouTube.
I only know him through the, you're not going to believe this.
Oh, let me guess. Through the internet?
Yes.
Well, it's called the internet, and it's completely revolutionized the way we live and access vital information.
The internet does not lie.
Never. And we're on the internet right now, which means everything we say is the truth.
It's totally true. And this proves it.
Oh, is that what you want?
Yep.
Because
Well,
if you learned anything today, it won't be the truth.
yeah, that's one of it. But this ants one's kind of fun too.
Oh, is that what you want?
Yep.
Because that's how you get ants.
All right. It's horrible that I got this last story because it is so poorly written. So bear with me.
Yeah.
Jeff Nicholas Williams was born in Washington, D.C. Problem was convincing the local government in D.C. His parents had chosen to bring their son, nicknamed JJ, into the world at home without even a doula. What's a doula, Chuck?
A doula is somebody who helps give birth at home. They're sort of a birth assistant advisor sort of thing. Yeah.
Okay. When they sought a birth certificate for their baby boy, officials deemed their piles of evidence as inadequate. The officials suggested the Williamses present documentation of a medical examination conducted upon JJ's birth, but he hadn't seen a doctor soon enough to qualify for that. Officials suggested they present transit receipts. Where? Okay,
Right.
but they hadn't gone anywhere. Eventually, the Williamses went to court, and a judge ruled that JJ is indeed entitled to a birth certificate in Washington, D.C. So, kind of like this.
That is a made-up name.
Okay.
What is your real name?
No, it's real. It's absolutely real.
It's just like pictures in a book, Candy. It isn't real.
Okay, this is the real me. Not this. This. Not this. This.
Little wooden puppet.
I'm not a puppet. I'm a real boy.
I'm a real boy. So
Poor kid is going to go through life wondering who he really is.
Or they're missing out on there's a golden opportunity here to live your whole life without an identity. I mean, it might make it might make getting driver's license difficult, but imagine the possibilities, Scott, if you never existed.
Totally off the grid?
Totally, completely. No documentation, no fingerprints. That might be good. I guess I wouldn't do anything with it though. I'd probably just be sad that I couldn't get a driver's license.
How are you going to leave the country?
Get a job.
How you gonna get married? Yeah.
Maybe not. Maybe not so good.
All right, Chuck. What are we rolling out on the radio tonight? I know Saturday's 50s and 60s. Sunday we've got swing music with Dr. Jazz.
That's right.
We've got some Broadway hits, and then we go into the old time radio shows, which I don't know if you noticed. We were talking about the old time radio shows, and I said sometimes, because we'd shortened them by about like 30 minutes, the segment.
Yeah.
And I said, sometimes I get comments on it, and sure enough, on Facebook, we've had somebody through Messenger pop in there and tell us how much they love the old time radio shows. So different variety of programming starts each night at 6. What's on tonight, Chuck?
So tonight from 6 to 8 p.m., we have the best classic rock and more with Old Man Mark live in the studio. Then from 8 to 10, we are trapped in the psychedelic era with The Hermit. And then sticking around with The Hermit from 10 to 11 for Days of Confusion. And if you are out there and you want to, if there's anything you like that we play, if you have any comments or suggestions or something you want to hear, go ahead and drop us a message on Facebook.
All right.
Yeah. It makes our day. It makes our day to hear that stuff. Yeah, don't forget Chihuahua's Got Talent. It's coming up soon. Those posters are out today. We've got sign-up forms ready. Our mailing list has been out and building. You can go to kchw.org where there's a link to get your name on that mailing list, or go directly to chihuahuasgottalent.com. And then don't forget the home show next Saturday. Yeah. It seems like there's something I'm missing, something else I wanted to talk about, but I don't remember what it was, Scott.
And this year we joined partners, and we can combine our forces that way and bring an even bigger show. This year's Chihuahua Got Talent being brought to you by Northern Lights Public Radio, KCHW, and the Chihuahua Center for the Arts.
That's right. There you go. Yeah, we've got a great team working on stuff, and it's going to be a good show. I'm really excited about it. So if you know anybody's talented, have a great weekend. And Catherine, you have a great weekend too. Happy Friday to you. There you go. Right. Oh my goodness, my finger's not on the button. Thanks for listening to KCHW. I push it real good.
Well, Stinky Pete, I think it's time you learned the true meaning of playtime.
Have a great weekend, everyone.
Hi, Regiment. I was known as Old Iron Pants. I keep that in mind. This concludes the broadcast from World Control.